Okay folks, let's talk about UFOs. No, not the kind you see at your weird uncle's backyard barbecue. We're talking about the real deal, the ones the US government has been secretly investigating for decades. In 2017, news organizations dropped a bombshell by revealing the existence of the Advanced Aviation Threat Identification Program. This $22 million program was all about investigating those pesky, unidentified flying objects that have been popping up on our radar screens since the late 1940s. But let's not forget about the OG of government UFO studies, Project Sign. These guys were way ahead of the curve, providing some of the most credible videos of aerial phenomena to date. And they didn't stop there. Project Blue Book took up the torch and actively investigated UFO sightings throughout the Cold War. Now, fast forward to 2017 and the world's obsession with UFOs and aliens was reignited. People were once again buzzing about these elusive creatures, and it's not hard to see why. So, let's take a look at the top 5 most believable UFO sightings of the 21st century, because who doesn't love a good conspiracy theory, right? Number 5. East Coast Go Fast Video. 2015. Okay, hold on to your hats folks, because I've got a wild story for you. Back in 2017, the government let slip about this super-secret program called the Advanced Aviation Threat Identification Program. And you won't believe what they found: a video of an F/A-18 Super Hornet encountering something totally unidentified in the skies. This thing was spotted along the East Coast, and it was like nothing anyone had ever seen before. It didn't have any wings or exhaust plumes, but it was moving so fast it could give Usain Bolt a run for his money. And get this, it was about 45 feet long and shaped like a big old oval. The pilots couldn't believe their eyes as they tracked this mysterious object at 25,000 feet, about 7.62 kilometers, above the Atlantic Ocean. And to this day, nobody has a clue what it was or where it came from. It's like the skies are playing a game of hide-and-seek with us, and we're losing big time. Number 4. The Stephenville Sightings. 2008. Y'all ever heard of Stephenville, Texas? Yeah, me neither. Apparently, it's a pretty sleepy little town known mostly for its dairy farms and cow tipping. But let me tell you, something crazy happened there back in 2008. So, picture this. It's a quiet evening, just like any other, when suddenly, dozens of locals start seeing weird white lights in the sky. And not just any lights, we're talking a whole mile long and half a mile wide, moving at a speed of 3,000 miles per hour. No sound, no explanation. Now, the Air Force tried to say it was just some F-16s doing their thing, but come on, we all know that's just what they want us to think. The folks in Stephenville weren't buying it. They were convinced that they just witnessed something so advanced, it couldn't possibly be from this world. Maybe it was aliens, maybe it was some secret government experiment, or maybe it was just a really wild night on the town for a group of rowdy cows. But one thing's for sure, it sure wasn't your average night in this small Texas town. Number 3. O'Hare International Airport Saucer, 2006. Picture this, it's a regular day at O'Hare International Airport, when suddenly, a group of United Airlines employees spot a UFO hovering over Gate C-17. Yes, you heard that right, an actual flying saucer. And we're not talking about some tiny, flimsy frisbee. This thing was dark gray and metallic, and it had all the makings of an extraterrestrial visit. According to eyewitnesses, and no, we're not talking about the kind of eyewitnesses who see Elvis at the local gas station, the saucer-shaped craft hung around for about 5 minutes before blasting off into the sky. And get this, it was so powerful that it actually created a hole in the clouds. Pilots and mechanics were left staring up at a patch of blue sky, scratching their heads in confusion. Number 2. The USS Nimitz Encounter. 2004. Now, this is a story that'll make you believe in aliens. Picture this, it's 2004, and the USS Princeton, part of the legendary USS Nimitz carrier strike group, picks up an unknown craft on radar, 100 miles off the coast of San Diego. But here's the kicker, this wasn't just any old UFO sighting. Oh no, this was a 2-week-long saga that had the whole crew scratching their heads in confusion. You see, the objects they were tracking would appear at a whopping 80,000 feet, only to plummet down and hover above the Pacific Ocean. And just when they thought things couldn't get any weirder, 2 FA-18F fighter jets from the USS Nimitz arrived on the scene, only to witness what can only be described as a real-life Jaws moment. At first, all they could see was churning water, with a shadow of an oval shape lurking below the surface. But then, out of nowhere, a white tic-tac shaped object appeared above the water. And let's just say it wasn't your average, run-of-the-mill tic-tac. This thing had no visible markings, no windows, no wings, and no exhaust. It was like the stealth bomber's cooler, hipper cousin. And the #1 most credible UFO sighting is the lights above the New Jersey Turnpike. 2001. The joys of driving down the highway, minding your own business, and suddenly catching a glimpse of something otherworldly. It's like winning the lottery, only instead of money, you get bragging rights for life. And that's exactly what happened to a bunch of lucky motorists on the New Jersey Turnpike on July 14, 2001. For 15 glorious minutes just after midnight, drivers gazed in wonder at a formation of strange orange and yellow lights in a V shape over the Arthur Kill waterway between Staten Island and Carteret. It was like a scene out of Independence Day, only without the whole aliens attacking Earth thing. Phew. Even Lieutenant Daniel Tarrant from the Carteret Police Department couldn't believe his eyes. And he wasn't alone. People from all over the metro area, from Throgs Neck Bridge on Long Island to Fort Lee, New Jersey, witnessed the bizarre sight. And if that's not enough to convince you, the New York Strange Phenomena Investigators, or New York SPI for short, claim to have received FAA radar data that confirmed the UFO sightings from that fateful night. So, the next time you're cruising down the highway, keep your eyes peeled for anything out of the ordinary. Who knows? You just might get lucky enough to catch a glimpse of something truly otherworldly. And if you do, be sure to call New York SPI. They're always on the lookout for more evidence to support their claim that the truth is out there.